today it's almost like a self-defense lecture of if you are a truther, a patriot, if you are doing anything that is mildly, even remotely going up against the deep state, you have to know certain things that they will unleash on you. You might think you're not important enough. You might think this will never happen to you. But I did a survey back in 2017-18 where I collected international affidavits to figure out the targeting program of the intelligence agencies. And I did this compiled on a relatively small statistical sample of, I think I had 50 or 60 affidavits that I published, but those already showed a very clear picture, which is that number one, once you become targeted, it will be targeting for life. It is independent if you're just Joe Blogs off the street or if you are, royalty or president or whatever. When you get on the list, you will stay on the shit list until the end of your life. And they hope that you will die in this program. Those victims who have ear implants and have the so-called voice to skull technology and have the nonstop babble from their abusers, they are told that the only way out of this program is through death. And that is pretty much held up in the data. In my affidavit collection, it didn't matter when the targeting started, it was still continuing. And apart from one exception, which was kind of a dubious, I think, Intel contribution, everybody said that their targeting had not stopped, and it was independent on when the targeting started. Last year, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30, 40, 60 years ago, it didn't matter. It's continuing. And the other thing is also that it's generational. So every second affidavit had concrete proof that either their parents or their children were also being targeted. So this is a generational, lifelong program you get put into. And as part of that program, they will unleash absolutely everything they have, everything in the arsenal. This could be directed energy weapons. You could non-consensually implant without your knowledge and not know it for decades, like happened to me. I was implanted, I think, in the year 2000. That's why I traced it back to. And I only found out in 2017. And I'm not even talking about the nanobots. I'm talking about big clonking microchips that one can measure with a bug detector. So eventually they will unleash everything. And today's talk is dedicated to all those truthers as a kind of, the kind of things you need to think about. It is extremely hard to predict what type of attack will be unleashed on you. It could be anything out of I have a list of different types of targeting that I collected for this affidavit collection. It's the affidavit template has pretty much everything I ever heard about, and it's 90 pages where every line on every page is a different method of attack. So yeah, it could be any of those, but today I want to talk about the rough types of targeting, and they were the most acute, the ones that could have turned deadly very easily had I not managed to get out, mostly by chance. I don't pride myself on being particularly brilliant or particularly knowledgeable about these things. Every single time it's